Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Aisyah. Okay, we are from group number 1. Our title is Line Tracing in Product Marketability Study of Palm Oil Treatment Pilot Plant, focusing on deodorizer option instrumentation. Okay, for the introduction, in Malaysia, palm oil industry is one of the main industries since 1970s. It has been one of the major product producers and exporters of palm oil products. Okay, for Malaysia is also one of the largest producer and exporter of palm kernel products, which are palm kernel oil and palm kernel cake, which is PKC. Okay, for palm kernel cake is a byproduct of feed used by the livestock industry. Palm kernel cake is also one of the unconventional feedstuff obtained from palm oil extraction, which can be used as a feed for various livestock productions. Okay, for the chemical composition of palm kernel cake varies depending on the type of the fruits palm, source of sample and method of processing oil extraction. For example, there is two methods, which is solvent extraction and mechanical extractions. Okay, for mechanical extraction by screw presses is the most commonly used in Malaysia. Due to its higher cost, the solvent extraction process is usually not used in Malaysia. Okay, for next is deodorizer reactor in palm oil productions. Okay, first, deodorization is a method of purification that cleans up odors and sweeteners in vegetable and animal oils. Okay, next is odor and flavor supplements such as carbonyl compounds, hydrocarbons and free fatty acids in oil, as well as volatile compounds and pesticides are washed by means of air and vacuum applications during chemical treatment. In physical refining of production palm oil, deodorization is a steam stripping process that is responsible for vaporizing, transporting and generating edible oil from odoriferous compounds and FFA from the oil. Okay, for crude palm oil, CPO will be transformed into edible oil during chemical refining via a series of steps, namely degumming, caustic neutralization, bleaching and deodorization. It can eliminate impurities such as gums, phosphatides, free fatty acids, derivatives of oxidation, metals, pigments, and unpleasant odorous compounds. Deodorization is a critical phase of refining with a major impact on consistency of refined oil, since it is atypical the last stage in the refining process. The main process of deodorization was vacuum distillation. The purpose of this process is to extract from vegetables oils to the undesired volatile odoriferous components, namely aldehydes, ketones and free fatty acids.
Hi, I am Asuram to present on PNID diagram. So firstly is height level alarm. Height level alarm is installed in a few storage tank that capable to sound an alarm during filling operation. When liquid near reach to level of the top tank, the alarm will ring. Okay, next is temperature indicating controller. Temperature indicating controller is to measure temperature on thermocouple, compare to the set point and calculate amount of time to heaters remain switches to the constant temperature. Next is temperature transmitter. Temperature transmitter is a device to connect to temperature sensor to give a signal for monitoring and controlling. Next is pressure transmitter. Pressure transmitter is a device that has been designed to measure the pressure in liquid, fluid and gases. Last is thyristor. Thyristor is a gate control the flow to current between anode and cathode. It is also to control electric power and current by acting as a switch.
Hi, my name is Sharifah Nosakina binti Said Bahrim and I will proceed to green element technology. The palm kernel cake can be used as the alternative and the basic ingredient for making animal feed for ruminants such as cattle and sheep. The price is cheaper compared to soybean, corn and wheat, which are widely used in animal feed. It is high in protein and fat contents for feed meal formulation for the ruminant industry. The use of palm kernel cake as part of feed formulation for the non-ruminant and poultry industry is limited due to high fiber content. The second point is the use of palm kernel cake as a feedstock for bioethanol production. The second point is the use of palm kernel cake as a feedstock for bioethanol production, seem promising as the palm kernel cake has a high content of hexose sugar. It has been shown that without any pre-treatment step, which is a costly step necessary for lignocellulosic material, it was possible with the medium enzyme loading to obtain 84% conversion of mannane and glucan in 216 hours using a solid state fermentation process with a field ethanol yield of 200 gram ethanol per kilo of palm kernel cake. The ability to utilize the palm kernel cake for ethanol production using only modest process conditions such as low temperature and Saccharomyces cerevisiae as fermenting organism. The last one is the cellulose extraction. Cellulose is most abundant and renewable polymer in the world and they are widely used in food industry, pharmaceutical, paint, polymer and many more. It extending properties which are generally strong, hydrophilic, stable to chemical, safe to living bodies, reproducible, recyclable and biodegradable. The palm kernel cake consists roughly 30% of cellulose. So the lipid phase oxidation method is employed in the extract cellulose from the palm kernel cake.
My name is Hafishah Binti Nordin and I will be talking about how can we commercialize PKC to the market. In order to commercialize PKC to the market, a few enhancements and upgrade has been done. The first one, by having the physical and chemical process, the nutrient inside PKC can be improved in order to promote or commercialize in the industry. By using the chemical treatment process, it has suggested by the researcher that it can improve the nutrient digestibility of PKC. The PKC digestibility and also nutritive value can boost the crude protein inside and also can reduce the crude fiber content. The next one, a solid step fermentation process that includes the formations of fungus while PKC as the substrate. The fermentation process helps to improve the protein content and also can produce low hemicellulose, low cellulose content and also a high concentrations of protein products. The next one, palm kernel cake effectively reduce the cost of meat production due to the substitutions of costly traditional feed. The palm kernel expeller is usually used because it is low cost byproduct and also produce high fiber product, and it is commonly used as some dairy cattle feed.